kanina po nagsasalita kayo, you were mentioning that, or you implied that the LTO personnel has no capacity. O gusto mo na sumagot? Sige, ma'am.
Sir, Mr. Chair, I would just like to clarify. I think digitalization is 90% mindset of the
Yes, ma'am.
people.
Sinabi mo kanina, pero kaninang nakikinig ako, ini-imply mo that the LTO has no capability.
Yes,
Kasi technically to, Dermalog has already told us na kumpleto na unless we are in a position, particular DLTO is in a position to let's say, argue against that. Kung hindi naman, talagang sa ngayon, walang level of competence, may implement yung 5 modules that already delivered by Dermalog to LTO. And it's very obvious that the staff to which these 5 modules were entrusted, hindi nila magamit fully. So, ang problema dito is the competence of the LTO as you have implied already. Tama ba yun?
Sir, in terms of technical competence, kulang pa talaga yung LTO MID. But in terms of using the system, meron naman po mga training. And yung configuration po ng system, na-train na rin ang MID. It's not very technical.
Madam, kahit anong training ang gawin mo, kung walang level of, wala yung personnel na nandun para tanggapin yung training na yon, walang mangyayari sa buhay natin. Tama? The system was already turned over to LTO. According to Dermalog, it is complete and it is fully operational. Initially, LTO's personnel sabi niya, oo. Until later, medyo bumanong ka na naman ng konti. Hindi ko maintindihan akong kailan dito, Mr. Chair. Ngayon, kung wala yung level of competence, at wala yung talagang tao na dapat na nandoon, sabi niyo kanina, ma'am, you were assigned for 1 year in LTO. Did you observe that there are personnel at present, of the present crop of personnel of LTO is in a position to use these modules as already turned over by Dermalog to them? Nandun ba yung mga tao na with full competence na gamitin na ito?
Madam Director,
Sir.
please be reminded, you let the Honorable Congressman finish first
Okay, sorry.
before you can answer. And you ask permission from the chair to answer the question.
Okay.
That is the rule here. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, may I answer? Yeah. There are 2 types of competence for when it comes to an application system or computerized system. We have the technical competence to maintain the system, meaning to enhance the system, correct the database, and operate the network. Then we have the competence of the users to use the system. So the users have been already trained, and they're in fact using the data that I provided on the motor vehicle inspection and registration system. 65,000 more or less using as of September a month. So that's the people in the district offices can already use, but the configuration of the system, who will use the system, it is up to MIT. Na-train na rin po sila doon. So with respect to this OFW module, we have such a thing as minimum viable product for an information system. So the minimum viable product is the original specifications that have been given to Dermalog. This has the system, the OFW module has been tested by LTO MIT. So kaya po siya napunta na sa pilot kasi pumasa na dun sa testing ng MIT. Yung pilot po is to ensure that everything smooth on an actual situation. So kung 2 weeks na po, when I was there, usually ang aming pong pilot testing would only last up to 2 weeks, maximum of 1 month. So kung meron pa po talagang, meron kasi kaming no-go or no-go problems. No? Ibig sabihin, pag nakita mo yung problem na yun, you cannot implement the system, even on pilot. Pero since pumasa na po yan sa UAT, sa quality assurance, ibig sabihin wala pong ganong mga issues. It can be used as a minimum viable product. And then enhancements can be introduced later. Kasi po ngayon sa age of digitalization, we cannot wait for a system to be perfect for it to be implemented. You have to have an agile mindset para yung benefits ng system nakukuha na agad ng mga tao. So since it already passed the UAT, it already passed the quality assurance, and it is now being piloted, then it is LTO's decision now to let the other officers use it. So for other officers to be able to use this module, it just have to be configured in the system. So yung configuration po yun ng system, meaning sino yung pwedeng gumamit, sino yung mga district offices or extension offices na pwedeng gumamit, ang MID po ang nakakagawa sa ngayon. It's not even Darman Office doing that.
Mr. Chair, is my understanding now correct that the MIT of LTO is complete with staff, technical staff, and is in a position to fully utilize the 5 modules delivered to them by LTO. Is my understanding correct?
Mr. Chair, may I answer? Yes, as far as the system usage is concerned. But when you say you have to change something in the system, it is still Dermalog who will do that. Yung halimbawa, magdadagdag ka ng mga...
No. Let us limit our discussion to the 5 modules
Yes, sir.
delivered by Dermalog to LTO. The question remains that if we base it from the assertion of Dermalog that the 5 modules are complete in itself and there was already delivery and the delivery was, or the product was already tested because it was delivered in June, and there was an acceptance on the part of the LTO, meaning to say that it is fully operational, otherwise they should have rejected it. And on the basis of that assumption, and based on your very, very long answer, which brought me some confusion to some extent, but nonetheless, Mr. Chair, I believe and I assume that you were telling us that the LTO has complete staff to utilize fully to the satisfaction of the clientele, the Filipino people, if they want to. This is what you told us. Am I correct in my assumption?
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. MIT, if this assumption is correct, as already verified by the DICT, that there is a full delivery of this application to you, the 5 modules, what is the problem? And you are fully competent to utilize it. Where does the problem lie now?
LTO.
Will you be answering by yourself, or will you be awaiting for some instructions coming from people within the LTO?
As of now po sa As of now po sir, yung 5 core modules po na delivered nila, some of the functionalities po are working, but there are functionalities po na still missing na vital po sa operation.
Why did you accept the modules in the first place? If there are some functions that are not operational. To us, when they were delivered and finally accepted to you, that's no problem anymore. And then you are telling us that you suggested some distance from Dermalog. Dermalog is now surprised that seems to me that there was none until you were able to say that meron kayong sulat na hindi mo ma-present. You cannot even recall.
It's actually it's the past administration that accepted the modules and the system. So parang,
You are not part of the past administration.
sir, I assume last January 2020.
So what are you trying to suggest? So it's your word against the word of Dermalog and DICT.
I assume the position, sir, as assume the position as acting MIB chief just this year, sir, January 2022. So the acceptance of the project was 2020, 2021.
DICT. You were you were helping LTO in this regard, even in the past administration. There's a change of answer now. That the head is not satisfied with the product delivered by Dermalog. Why is it? Kayo po ay nandoon at kayo mismo ang namagitan din sa dalawang ito.
Mr. Chair, may I answer?
Yes, you may.
Yun pong acceptance is based on the original specifications. So there were items that they are asking that are not part of the original specifications. So, but based on the contract, sir, on the initial specifications, andun na po yung system. And andun na yung mga modules na to. And it was not just I who said that, but also the quality assurance group of MIT.
Mr. Chair, it is becoming more frustrating because we are not getting the right answer here. Why are we talking of original specification? Are we not assuming the original specification? Are we still trying to add another specification? Dito pa lamang sa umpisa malinaw na nagkakagulo na tayo. Ano ba pinag-uusapan natin dito?
Sir, kasi po, sorry, Mr. Chair. Sir, kasi po, yung ating sistema, application systems are not static. And the requirements of the users are also not static. So when the contract was, or when the initial contract was signed, there are certain specifications na kailangan ma-fulfill ni vendor. So based on those initial on which the payment should be based, na-deliver na.
Yun na nga po, na-deliver na based on the original specification. What are we asking for more?
Sir, katulad po ng 10-year DL, it was not in the original specifications, but it was included in the new system. Kasi nagkaroon po tayo ng law na issue 10-year DL, meron po tayong mga requirements doon na yung mga number of offenses. The reason po kasi na nagkakaroon ng isang driver, nagkakaroon ng more than one license, dahil hindi nga po nakikita sa database. So, ngayon po yung sa 10-year DL, it has to be, we have to make sure na yung lahat ng offenses ng isang driver makikita. So, yun po yung na-include, which was not in the original specification. Yun po yung sinasabi ko. Kasi marami pong laws na napapasa na hindi naman po pa dati nakukonsider. Wala pa po dati. So yung mga ganun na kailangan, like yung mga online training, exam, nasa law rin yun. Yung mga number of days na kailangan ma-monitor natin, yung registration, kailangan na register na. Wala po yun before. So yun po yung mga kailangan. idagdag.
Kaya
Mr.
naman, but Mr. Chair, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, yung original na kontrata ng gobyerno at ng Termador.
Yes.
Di ba? Yun, kung
We go back
natapos
to
na
that.
yun, at yun naman ay pwede nang gamitin, kagaya ng sinabi ng Termador, at yun naman ay yung pinatunayan din. At kanina, inamin naman din nila, it was already accepted. Pabayaan na natin yung mga batong batas.
Mr. Chair.
Pinag-uusapan natin yung 5 modules that were delivered based on the original contract. Hindi ba? Sa ngayon, yun pa lang, dito na lang, hindi pa natin, parang lumilitaw, Mr. Chair, there is a battle between two companies. Parang yun ang napipil ko dito .